Fear is an interesting, multifaceted beast. For example, there are phobias. Acrophobia, fear of heights. Claustrophobia, fear of being in a small, tight space. There's fear resulting from past events, perhaps something traumatic. And then there's perfection. When something is excellent, the Encarta World English Dictionary says that it is of a very high quality or standard. When something is perfect, it is said to be without errors, flaws, or faults. Excellence and perfection, two very similar words with fairly similar meanings. However, I believe there is a huge difference between something being of a very high quality and it being flawless. As a child, my dad used to say, "Do your best, baby. That's all anyone can ask of you." Now, while he meant this to be an encouragement and relieve stress, it had the opposite effect on me, as I perceived it to mean be perfect. For many years, I confused excellence with perfection and went to untold lengths to try to make things flawless, error-free, and faultless. Perfect. And what's worse, I tried to be perfect. Why? Well, largely because of fear. Fear of being inadequate. Fear of being rejected. I felt if I were perfect, I wouldn't be perceived as lacking or needed anything. In my mind, if I did things perfectly, I couldn't be judged negatively. The problem was, I wasn't perfect, and no matter how well I performed, no matter how well I thought I'd done, others always reserved the right to see things differently. And whenever I was judged differently or less than perfect, it was like driving a knife into the core of my being. And even when people spoke well of my work, all I could see were the flaws, however minor. I always knew it wasn't perfect. Trying to be perfect was often paralyzing and kept me waiting in the wings in my life instead of allowing me to take center stage. The fear of being perceived as lacking something often kept me up into the wee hours of the night. Whether it was an assignment in college or later a project for work, it had to be perfect. Samuel McCord Crothers said, "Try as hard as we may for perfection. The net result of our labors is an amazing variety of imperfectness. We are surprised at our own versatility in being able to fail in so many different ways." This quote resonates with me as it rang true in my life for many years. Interestingly, the more I tried to be perfect, the more I stacked up my own personal variety of imperfectness. And to my amazement, I grew to learn that as I aimed for perfection, I was delivering excellence. I also realized that I was the only one expecting me to be perfect. These days, I follow my dad's advice to do my best. I strive for excellence and have severely loosened my grip on perfection. I still go over my work a few times, but I don't let fear of rejection paralyze me. I have made my way back from the wings, and I'm now on my journey back to center stage in my life.